Alright, I'm going to get a little bit doom and gloom on you here, but I think we're kind of at that point where content creators and people with a little bit louder voice start to speak up, because iRacing's just headed in a bad direction, and it's really difficult to tell why they're doing this. So let me just start off by iRacing has lost what they were once known for, which is structured quality racing. Now, there's always been bad drivers. There's always been wrecks. There's always been stupidity and gamers versus simmers and all of that. But what has happened now is a bit like soccer, and I'm going to compare it to the Union game that I just watched last night. The ref in the first half did not hand out a single card. I'm pretty sure that he forgot to bring his cards with him, and they were sitting in his bag in the locker room, because there was some atrocious contact that should have been carded and wasn't. And when we got to the second half, the game was an absolute mess, because it set precedent for you can just do whatever you want, no consequences. And that is where we're at with iRacing right now. There are no consequences. You can wreck people on purpose, and you're going to at most get a warning. You're going to do stupid moves and cause crashes early on in the race, and iRacing's probably just going to say, we're not going to do anything with it. There was an IndyCar race where a guy 3 laps down in the final 10 laps was yelling at lead lap cars to get out of his way and threatening to wreck him. That protest was denied. They didn't even talk to him about his conduct or common sense racecraft. They just said, we're not dealing with it. And that is what is being taught. That we're saying that this is good now. The other thing that you get is you used to be able to sign up for races and get splits. It used to be you get to race against people with your own ability, safety rating and I rating wise. And now we're down to single splits everywhere. And that is just killing what made iRacing good. When you have a 10,000 I-rated guy who's gonna win, who's gonna be faster than everyone, racing against a 400 I-rated guy who's going to be in the way and wreck everyone, that's not fun. The only stuff that is worth racing anymore is the Tour series and the special events that have limited time slots, because then you know you're actually going to get splits. But the single split BS, right now we're to the point in my Discord where on these lower count series, we are signing up late and just flooding it with our people so that no one knows a race is about to go off, and then we know that we can at least get a clean group of people rather than getting stuck with some terrible 400 I-rated driver who just has no control, or having some 10K I-rated driver come in with his ego smashing through everyone. I mean, that's the point where we're at, is we have to try to create league events in official racing just to have quality racing. And it's bad. It's a bad situation, because the people who don't have that ability, the people who don't have access to when we're going to race, they're getting it's worse for them, because they're hopping into races with 10 cars and just not having a good time because there's no one to race against. Like, that's why, like, some of these multi-class series, I just stopped racing, because I don't want to be in a race with 4 cars in my class. That's boring. Like, what's the point of doing that? You're just racing against yourself most of the time because everyone's so spread out. So, yeah, that's problem number one, is it used to be difficult to hold an A license. It used to be punishable if you got demoted. And now it's nothing. I mean, hell, we even have a DQ flag that stops you from getting too many incidents. And then it's even harder for you to lose your license. Like, it's bad. It used to be someone could go in, a bad driver could rack up 50 incidents in a race. And yes, that bad driver would make everyone's race suck because he was that bad. But guess what? He'd lose his license because he got 50 incidents in a short amount of time. And then he wouldn't be in the next race. Whereas now, rack up 17 or 25 incidents, well, go do the next race and hope you're not as bad. And the safety rating isn't as hard as it used to be. It used to be much harder. So there's the second problem in all of it, is you're not getting punished at all. There's no consequences for anything. And the splits are terrible now. Like, I don't want to go in a race where the strength of field is 1,500 and I'm the fastest guy. That is boring. So, second problem. iRacing is competing against itself. Not only with the way they're doing the races now, but because they're now making other games with their console products. So now they have to worry about, are we going to lose people for dirt and NASCAR to our console games? Now, it can work the other way, where they're able to get younger kids into the console and then slowly bring them over to iRacing. But it seems like they are getting stretched too thin, and that is a problem. It's the same problem where on dirt right now, they're competing against each other within the game because they've got similar cars at similar license levels racing against each other because of this every hour split crap. The third and final thing, and anyone that's been around since the beginning is going to fully understand this. The content, we're getting tons of it, but it is incomplete and starting to get lower and lower quality. The testing of things is not going well. They're testing it in normal conditions and not testing it how people are going to use it. And that's where you got to start changing how you're testing things, especially with the amount of content that's out there. They need a beta branch. They need a beta branch that's open to every member, that 2 weeks ahead of time for the stuff that's ready at that time. People can go in, help test it, test the thing that they want to test, and then boom, you find these issues quicker rather than waiting till week 13 and then not being able to get a patch out to fix the crap until like week 1 or 2. But I mean, the way the ARCA car came out with all of its problems is just disappointing. And it still has massive problems. I mean, the draft is so overpowered. Now, iRacing isn't helped by modern stock car racing just being terrible. There's too much aero, not enough power, and it is not fun to drive. So that may be some of the force behind me making this video, is that stock car racing now just sucks the way that it is. But there's so many more problems, and I'm worried that iRacing is trying to create a place where you can just go hop in anything anytime you want and be just fine. Like, what does someone in a rookie class series learn by wrecking out on lap 1 by doing something stupid trying to win it from 7th place when they can just go sign up for another race immediately because they're going off every 15 minutes? there is no punishment. This is that all-in poker where, well, it's fake money, I'm just going to throw it all in, and if it works, cool, now I'm chip leader, and if it doesn't, I'll go sign up for the next one, because it's only a minute away. It's just, they've lost what made them good, or they didn't know what made them good, and now they're losing it, and it's sad, because I love iRacing. I wouldn't be playing the same game for 17 years if I didn't enjoy it. It is frustrating, and it has always been frustrating. But to see the decisions that they're making right now with the way that... I mean, when you're taking a series where the race is longer than an hour and making those series go off every hour, you don't have a fucking clue what you're doing. Because you're just competing against yourself. You're not creating an environment where everyone can race at the same time. I honestly do not understand who came up with this idea to do every hour. And the series that they picked, it is I don't get it. There used to be a great balance where Rookie, Class C, and Class A went off at a certain time for open because, you know, there's the gaps in the license. And offset from that, D and B went off for open. And on the opposite hour, you had the fixed series. And that structure worked. Like, we've tried things in the past in iRacing. They went to a 4-hour for low participation series. That was a complete disaster because when you start splitting it up into 4 hours, you start having issues with time zones just not having a split that they can easily get to. It's either way too late or way too early. But going every hour with this much content, it's not possible. iRacing is not big enough, and it is essentially eating itself. It's wrong. I hope somebody figures it out before it's too late. And they got to do something with the punishments. Like, you don't even have to suspend somebody. If someone's intentionally wrecking, you know what the best solution to that is? Without suspending them? Because I know that iRacing's worried about, well, if we suspend someone, we're going to lose them as a customer. We can't just suspend everyone because then there'll be no one that races. Drop them a license level and get rid of their MPR. Make them restart. Or drop them back to rookie and erase all their MPR. Make them have to climb back up the ladder. You have to do that a few times, you're going to get kind of sick of it and maybe change your attitude. But if you just get a week suspension, well, oh well. Or if you just get a don't do it again letter, oh well. Wait a little bit, and then, you know, they're not going to use it against you the next time it happens. They've got to figure something out, because there's no time punishment now for wrecking because you go sign up for the next race. There's no license punishment because the licenses are too easy. There's no suspensions because iRacing can't just get rid of people. I don't know what they need to do, but they're no longer teaching people the correct way of doing things. And I don't know, it's just gotten bad. Maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just getting too old and this is how it's always been. But really, the every hour race stuff and their response to it so far, that has really just set me off, because I used to be able to just open up iRacing, see what's racing next, and go, cool, sign up for it, and we get people, and you get a race. Now, most of the races aren't going off on the dirt side. I can't even get a big block fixed race because they paired it up at the exact same time as a 358 fixed race. And again, it's just they don't fully think these things out. They don't think about the bad parts of it. They go, oh, well, this will be good. And then when it doesn't work, rather than changing it back to what it was and admit that, hey, this was bad, we made a mistake, they try to change it up. They did it with the F4s. They put fixed versus open at the same time. And they said, we're just going to do this as an experiment. And it didn't work. It killed open, just like everyone thought it would. And rather than reverting it, they just got rid of open. Because, well, no one wants to race this, so we're just going to get rid of it. When there was no problem until they created one. So, I don't know. I don't know who is making these decisions, but they got to. I mean, they didn't learn from when they killed off the dirt road side. They took 8 series and put them every hour and had half of them competing against each other, and it just killed off the series because, you know what, I'm not going to sign up for a race where there's 6 cars and one dude's faster than everyone else. What's the point? It's a waste of time. Splits are what make iRacing good. And when you don't have those, the racing quality sucks because you're either not competing with people your speed or you're getting wrecked by people that just are terrible and should be in the bottom split. So, I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's my thought is iRacing has lost the point. They forgot what made them good and are trying to just be a show up and race and do whatever you want. It's a game. And it's not teaching anyone anything good. So, unfortunate. We'll see. We'll see how much more I can stomach it, but the biggest thing is going to be how they respond to their fuck up of every hour. If they take the 87s and shorten the race length to 30 minutes, I think we're just out then. I think we're just, well, we're done with this. Because what's the fucking point of doing a NASCAR race with old cars that need longer races if we're just going to do sprint races with everything? I mean, that's where this is headed, it seems like. So we'll see if they admit that they're wrong and they switch it back to how it was, or if they just say, well, we're going to try something else because this didn't work, and now we're going to do something else to fix a problem that was never a fucking problem. I mean, the main reason they said that they're doing this is because a couple of people might have missed sign up by a few minutes, and now they got to wait 2 hours. Manage your fucking time better. Be an adult, for fuck's sake. Like, really? It's that hard? Why are we screwing up all of iRacing just because a few people don't know how to look at a fucking clock? But there we go. I'm done ranting. You can go ahead and rant in comments and tell me what you think. But man, the season has sucked so bad. They took away a great car and replaced it with this turd. And now it's Daytona and Talladega, plus every hour, and you can't get splits. What am I paying for? I do not currently recommend iRacing. If you don't have iRacing, don't waste your money on it. Don't build a rig to run it. Wait till they figure their shit out and get back to what made them good. Thanks for watching.